Alright, so I'm just shooting a quick video that's just pulling ARVs on attached properties. That's just updated because on these other three videos that's in the training here is the old search engine in the MLS, and these days we have this newer search engine, so I just wanted to go over this real fast. So when we're pulling properties, so here's, I got some properties here that I'm pulling. You can do it a couple different ways. You can want to copy and I want to paste the values only. So you can do it a couple different ways. You can look it up by the MLS number, or you can do it by the address number. So if you're doing the address number, you plug that in here. So we're looking for 3405. We got 3 matches, search. That's this right here. So we're pulling this up. And this is our property that we're after. So, you know, just like the other ARV trainings, you really want to be in that complex as best you possibly, as much as you possibly can, unless there's just nothing for sale there or nothing is sold in there for a long time. Which you're going to run into that quite a bit with attached properties because you know, our search criteria, our search area is so limited that it's hard to find comps, but we still got to go out there and find the comp somehow. So, so we would just do pending and closed. So this is under contract or pending and closed or sold, and get rid of the address. Obviously, got 30 matches, but we just want. Let's just take a look at this real fast. See what we got. So. I'm going to take a quick look at this and come right back to you. Alright, so the search criteria that I set up is active, pending, and closed. Sometimes you're just going to have to go out a couple of years on these because, again, we're dealing with a very small area. I can try to expand this out, see if I can find more townhouses. And it looks like I got some stuff over here that I can take a look at. But the criteria I've got is condo, multifamily, and townhouses. And really, I just want townhouses. But I got 3 matches, so just not giving me a lot of data, and you're just going to run into this with single family or with attached units because it's just really difficult to find comps. But let's see what we got. And so yeah, so and they always miscategorize these things, so sometimes it's best to click them all. See what you got, because this is our property. They've got this one listed as a condo, and it's a townhouse. So you're going to run into this all the time. So sometimes you're just going to have to select all of those. And then I usually don't put in square footage unless I have a ton of comps to look at that I can narrow down to. In this particular example, I don't have a lot to go off of. So you know, it appears to me they got this pretty well overpriced because. Here is another comp for that sold for 300. It's the same type of unit, and they don't even have a picture of the inside, so it must be pretty rough. So I mean, they got this listed at $345. I probably won't even make an offer on this because it looks like it's really overpriced. I don't have a lot of comps, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Just gray this one out. All right. So another way you can search these properties is that you can just copy the MLS number and put that right here in the search bar. Paste it. Hit search, and it's going to pull up the property here. So let's take a look at this guy real fast, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I was just reminded why I don't copy and paste MLS numbers in here. It won't let me do anything with it, so it's like kind of pointless. So I'm going to have to go back to this search, start over, and just put in the address. So let me put in 979, and find it that way. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So it's going to pull it up. There it is. And so then I can go to the map, and then I can actually draw something around this. So it doesn't let me do that when you do it the way that I did it the first time by putting in the MLS number here to search. Don't know why, it's kind of a glitch. Anyways, let me take a look at this. All right, so on this one, I found an exact property by square foot. You can tell that it's the exact same unit. So it sold for $280, and it's pretty nice inside. I took a look at it here. Pretty darn fixed up in there. A nice kitchen. So I'm gonna say the ARV on this one is 280. And sometimes with these attached, that's all you're working with is like one or maybe two comps instead of like detached. You sometimes have 3, 4, 5 comps to look at. But it looks like there's another one here for 260, sold on the bottom floor. That's pretty nice too. So it looks like they're probably overpriced quite a bit. It's probably why it's sitting there on the market. How long has this been on the market? It's been on the market for almost a month. So that's why, because it's pretty trashed inside and they need to drop the price. So I'm going to shoot them an offer over. It'll probably be somewhere, yeah, around 204, 280, something like that. Yeah, so that's making offers on attached. So I'll do a couple more so you get a feel for it and go from there. All right, so this next one is 750 Patton. So I zeroed in on it. This looks like the unit here, or the building complex. So let's see what we can find in there, what we're looking for. So pending, close, I'm going to go out at least a year. Get rid of the address. What do we got? 6 matches. Okay, so let's take a look at it. When we're looking at this, obviously we're paying attention to the square footage. And so they want $459 for this property. Interesting, huh? Sure looks like a detached. I think I've got the wrong property here. Hang on. 750. Yeah, I do. Here we are. Okay. We want 260. And 260. We got a pending for 4. I don't think it's the same. Let's take a look at the criteria. Condo, townhouse, multifamily. What's that get? It's 2 matches. That had it been for the whole building, so that's not going to help us at all. Let me see if I can expand the search out a little bit. All right, so this Patton Court, you know, I had to expand out the search a little bit. This is not ideal, right? Because we're not right in the same complex. But sometimes this is what you got to do, and you really just got to take a kind of a shot in the dark at it. So they want 260 for this house. It's a 1,500 square foot. Is this a condo? It's kind of like a townhouse, really. To me, that's what it looks like, rather than a condo. But the results are. So we've got this active. So with this 1,500 square foot, we've got this 323, and then we got this 1,200 at 305. I'm going to kind of split that. I'm going to go like 310 for the value. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just kind of take just a wild guess at it. So if we're not at their list price, we're quite a bit below it, then you know, that's okay. I think that's still sellable. So anyways, I'm going to take a look at one more and then we'll call it good. All right, so this next one is actually 2 of in the same complex. It's the 7995 Mississippi Avenue. I just pulled up that on the map. We've got a lot more to pick from. So sometimes you'll have a lot of comps to pick from and attached, and you don't have to guess at all. So it's pretty straightforward what the value is. And other times, like you saw before, you just kind of take a guess at it based on square footage and what else is kind of selling in the area. So anyways, let's take a look, see what we got here. See if we can get some offers on this. So did I take the Mississippi? I did. Okay. So let me take a look at this and I'll come back to you. All right, so this is a great example of looking at all your actives. So here's my two properties that I have on my sheet is this 7995 Mississippi, these two, both of them are 259. Then you got this one for 240. So if I'm gonna, and it's actually a little bit bigger than these other two. So I'm gonna go ahead and run, submit an offer on this one as well. So I'm gonna jump on this. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I had to do it this way because the my little button down there blocks my export. So anyways, you'll just see me export this out. Um, then I'm just going to simply copy and paste this into my Control All, copy, put that into my sheet here, paste it here, data pulls over. So here it is. Here's the property. So I'm going to be looking at the ARV on all three of these. All right, so this is a great example of views. So when I first started looking at this, I was trying to figure out the price difference here. Why, um, we've got this property over here sold for 339, but it is completely rehabbed, but it has really amazing views. It's really nice compared to our property. The views aren't as good. So just real quick. Which because we got a parking lot here, so that kind of hurts you a little bit. So I'm not going to comp it at the full 339. I'm thinking more like 310, just based on what I'm seeing here with these others. So we've got this 290 right here. That's pretty nice inside. Not a fresh remodel. So it's pretty clean though, right? And so they got a parking lot view too. So so I'm thinking, yeah, they tried to sell it at 309, ended up selling it at 290. So maybe I'm gonna go in at 295 is what I'm thinking. So that kind of gives you an idea of this, how to do these attached ones. They're a little trickier. You kind of got to guess at it a little bit more, but but it can be done. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up, but this should at least give you an idea of the new search engine and how this plays out. But all the other videos have the old search engine, but the concepts are still the same. So hopefully that helps, and we'll see if we can get some properties going.